This would be the introductory lesson to our next topic that we have to study, and it is photosynthesis. Now, you need not to be introduced to the term photosynthesis, because by the time you have reached till your this class of understanding of studies, you have been introduced to photosynthesis a long time back. And what we are going to study about photosynthesis, we are going to talk about that basically. By now, if you have come to this stage, in our syllabus we have talked about the anatomy of the plants, we have talked about various absorption mechanisms for different nutrients that are present in plant, and now we are going to talk about another process, that is photosynthesis. Now, why it is so important to talk about this photosynthesis, so much importance is given to studies of this particular process. The reason is that it is very much important, to be very precise. It is very much important because by the process of photosynthesis we get entire Earth's food. We are not going to get into detail of this statement because this has an ecological perspective. What we are concerned about over here is that what is photosynthesis. Now that you have gradually increased your level of studies, you need to know that photosynthesis is a catabolic process. Now, whenever you are thinking about photosynthesis definition, you need to keep in mind that these words must be there whenever you present yourself with the definition of photosynthesis, that it is a catabolic process that takes place inside the chloroplasts of the plant cells, which utilizes photosynthetic pigments for generation of organic compounds from CO2 and water using sunlight as an energy source. Okay? So this is what you must have in your mind whenever you are talking about photosynthesis, that it is a catabolic process which uses, one by one. It is a catabolic process, that means something would be formed. Catabolism is responsible for formation of some sort of compound and anabolism is responsible for breakdown. So catabolic process, that means something would be formed. What would be that something? It would be organic compounds. Now, which organic compound? Specifically glucose, C6H12O6. Alright, so it is a catabolic process which is responsible for formation of organic compounds inside the chloroplasts which are present in the leaf cells. We did talk about chloroplasts which were present when we discussed the anatomy of leaf. So this process is taking place inside the leaf cells chloroplast. Alright. Now what this chloroplast possesses? This possesses photosynthetic pigments. Inside these pigments, the solar energy is used. Alright. Sunlight is used as an energy source, and CO2 and H2O as raw material, and the glucose is formed. Alright, so this is basically what you have to keep in mind while you are thinking about photosynthesis. Once you think about photosynthesis from this perspective, things would be easier for you. That first of all, something is formed, that means you have to remember the term catabolic process. Then what is formed? Because we are talking that something is formed. What is formed? Those are the organic compounds. Now, where are they formed? You know that photosynthesis takes place inside the leaves. Now, inside the leaves, there are leaf cells which contain chloroplast. Now, chloroplast is an organelle inside the cell. Inside the chloroplast, there are photosynthetic pigments. You know about the terms chlorophyll and xanthophylls. So, chlorophyll A, B, C, such are the pigments. We are going to talk about these. Don't get bewildered in case you are not you don't have a strong hold on your knowledge about photosynthesis, these photosynthetic pigments, they are going to make sure that organic compounds are formed, okay, because the process itself is catabolic in nature. The organic compounds which are formed, because this is a process and it would require some sort of energy, the energy would come from sun. Okay, sun would be the source of energy. Now this energy would be trapped by these pigments and there would be formation of organic compounds. Because the process, the chemical reaction does not depend upon energy source only, there should be reactants. So what are the reactants in the chemical process? Those are carbon dioxide and water. So you supply the plant leaves with carbon dioxide, water and sunlight, and what you get in return? That is glucose. And where this glucose is formed? It is formed in the chloroplast. And how it is formed? Because there are photosynthetic pigments which are going to trap the energy that is coming from the sun and give rise to our end product. So this is what photosynthesis is all about. Now, if this entire thing that has been spoken right now, if it is to be represented in chemical terms, do remember these terms. You have to keep them in mind. Catabolic process, alright, done, because it gives rise to an organic compound. Now that organic compound is formed by input of carbon dioxide and water that takes sunlight as an energy source. Why? Where? Inside the chloroplast. And what happens to be the agency? That is the pigment which takes up that energy. So with this we are little bit clear about photosynthesis. Now all that I spoke, if that is to be represented in a chemical equation, it would be very simple, that CO2 plus water in the presence of sunlight utilized by chlorophyll would give rise to glucose, C6H12O6. And one more thing, that photosynthesis is the only process that is responsible for generating oxygen in this earth, on this earth. So we have oxygen, molecular oxygen that is being evolved. Alright, so this is the simplest equation of photosynthesis. Now as more and more study was done about photosynthesis, people were curious to know that what actually happens, what is the chemical process that is happening inside the leaves of a plant. They came to know that this glucose formation is being taken care by input of water. Alright, water is important for providing the glucose molecule with the hydrogens which are required. Alright, as I told you in the beginning that it is a catabolic process. At the same time, it is a process where carbon dioxide is reduced. Now I would want you to brush up your knowledge about the processes of reduction and oxidation. In the process when something is getting reduced, that means it is taking up hydrogen ions. Reduction means that the the reactant is going to take up hydrogen ions. So it was discovered gradually that the carbon dioxide gets reduced and forms the glucose. Now from where it takes the hydrogen ions, that happens to be the water, from where the hydrogen ions would be taken up. So water is the hydrogen ion giving source that gives hydrogen ions to carbon dioxide and it reduces it, and at the same time when it reduces it, it gives molecular oxygen as well. Now this would be too much to understand. I assume that you people have done this in your younger class of early class of class 10, I guess you get introduced to this thing. So you have little bit of idea that something is getting reduced, it is taking up hydrogen ions, and that hydrogen ion source is water, and when that hydrogen ions get broken down, it gives rise to molecular oxygen. So a better represented balanced equation that we are going to have for photosynthesis, where the later discoveries can be accommodated, that happens to be 6 molecules of carbon dioxide would take up 12 molecules of water in the presence of sunlight using the trapping tendencies present in chlorophyll, depending on the type of chlorophyll that would be present, gives rise to 1 molecule of glucose plus 6 molecules of water are liberated, and at the same time gaseous oxygen, that is molecular oxygen, is also released. So this is what photosynthesis is, if we have to understand the chemical knowledge, or we have to understand the chemistry behind it. Now, having said that, we are going to deal with it, what it is basically. Let us see what this entire topic is going to make you understand and what the subtopics would be when we are going to study photosynthesis. You have been introduced to photosynthesis and you have been given an idea that to what level we are going to study. How we are going to study? First of all, we are going to see the importance of photosynthesis. That would be a short material to understand, because you know that photosynthesis is very important, but we are going to discuss it. Then we are going to talk about the raw materials. Whatever is taking place over here, there would be raw materials which would be required. Some of them are mentioned in this particular equation, almost most of them, but we are going to see them in detail. Then what is the site of photosynthesis? That is chloroplast. So we are going to study the ultrastructure of chloroplast, that what a chloroplast looks like when it is observed under an electron microscope. Inside that site of photosynthesis, how the pigments are located, where they are located, what is the role of individual pigment, because we are going to deal with pigments, not just chlorophyll. Now we are going to deal with pigments, and what those pigments are, we have to study that. How each and individual pigment is contributing in the process of photosynthesis by trapping the sunlight, we are going to see that as well. And once the trapping of sunlight has been done, how that sunlight is used for producing the glucose molecule, that would come under mechanism of photosynthesis. So we are going to deal with the enzymatic reactions. Don't get bewildered again. The enzymatic reactions that would be behind photosynthesis. And lastly, when we are quite clear with this particular aspect, that is mechanism of photosynthesis, we are going to see that what are the various factors which affect the photosynthesis. So I would want you all to brace yourself for understanding photosynthesis. Even though you don't like these aspects of science where we deal with plants, what they are doing inside, make sure that you develop little bit of interest. Try to understand what is the process and understand it as a process. Maybe you develop some sort of interest. So I would request you all to once more watch this lesson so that you get an idea what we are going to study, and whatever is written over here and whatever we are going to study further, again you get an idea that what is the need of doing all these things, because ultimately we have to understand and appreciate what all plants are doing for us at a chemical level.